Alright, this is a bit of an interesting one because we're going fourth, but I really don't see any of the leaders that I like to play fourth at all. Like, the row is actually pretty good, but none of these are really Wealth Mentat leaders. I guess we could take Eliza. Beast is, like, acceptable. Let's play the Baron. I'm working on a Baron guide right now. And entry cards are very fun, so I will take more of them. Plus, it's exciting to not have to play against the Baron. Second position Beast or Bond means that he is going to probably get his Swordmaster round 2. As for tech, we could do like a Dedo Devices thing. I think Wind Traps is probably better. But they're all very combat oriented. It's one reason why maybe Beast was maybe the pick. So I think we just do this. There's not like a firm grip in the row or anything like that. So. Dang it. No. Interesting. I guess the nice thing is I do get full space, even if I don't get to Wealth Mentat. This is a very good combat to Hardy Warriors, too. This is like the best round 1 combat. It makes sense that he wants to block me. I could also go Water and like Research Station next round and potentially get Opulence. Still suits instead of Fold Space. But Tessia is next. I don't think I can in good conscience allow Tessia to have the Fold Space slot. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to use our ring. A little bit odd to play Welcome in Tap from first position, but I guess it's fine. Like, why not, right? So, there are 3 cards in here with no persuasion. So if I Signet Ring to Arakeen, that's not great. The good news is it does give me Solari for being second. I could even go third and get an extra one. Problem is, there's only a 40% chance that I gain Solari, and there's a big gap between having 5 persuasion and having 4. Sure, if I get Truesayer, it's fine, but I'm probably not going to get Truesayer. So I think Tech Negotiation is better here. We guarantee the Piter. Assuming the other guys don't get it, but with 3 cards in hand, it's very unlikely on round 1 that they're going to have that. Tessia shuffles away her Emperor influence for Guild influence. Yeah. That makes the Wealth Mentat play make sense. Three, so he gets the Truthsayer. Unless he's a Mad Lad and gets the Shock Trooper, but the Truthsayer is so much better. Yeah. Now, Tessia actually could get Piter, but I don't think she will. Well, I know she won't because she's behind me, but my point is I don't think she has the Persuasion. So you're going to get the Water Peddler, presumably. You could get the Fence. Fence is a decent card for Eliza. Carryall is not better than Piter, for sure. You get Piter. We've got a Negotiator, so we could go back and get Wind Traps next round. She actually did have 5. Interesting. Thematic fit, Baron Piter. So what did she take? Water Peddler, Ix Guild. Very interesting. Like an unload, Tessia. She drew Seek Allies, but not Diplomacy. So she's going to have Diplomacy again next round. I don't like everyone else getting a bunch of money. That's not great for me, but hey, the Baron is not a leader that necessarily needs a Sword Master. Ideally, we get like Wind Traps and then go Hardy Warriors would be what I would like to do. That puts me to 4 Persuasion. We don't have any city, so we can't go Research Station. We could also end up getting Fold Space, but given that Eliza has a bump on Guild, that seems unlikely. She has Diplomacy. Oh no, she doesn't have access. So unless Beast does it, which I don't think he will, we're going to get her Stellar. The question is Interstellar better than the Combat, which I don't know if it is or not. Combat is pretty damn good. Tech Negotiation. Okay, well, we're not gonna go get Wind Traps, which is one reason to shy away from Hardy Warriors, perhaps. You know what? If I go Hardy Warriors, I get this awesome combat, and I get the Master Stroke. Sucks that I won't have Wind Traps, but it still makes sense. 4 troops might have been an overcommitment in a conventional sense with 2 daggers in hand, but because we're Baron, we kind of have to put 4 in, whether or not it's actually optimal. Looks like Tessia might be going Conspire. How'd she get that water anyway? Did she get Water Peddler? I think she did. I was going to say, she shouldn't really have access to the Conspire line. Problem with playing Interstellar is that we lose access to a card, although Recruiter is okay, but it's worth it. It's fine. We do run a risk that, you know, Beast goes to Carthag, but given that he already used his ring, he can't put more than 3 troops in, so I think we're still fine. And the daggers mean that this is pretty much locked down for us. Yeah. Now, the interesting thing is, depending on if we think Tessia is going to conspire, we might want to go up-down, because that's going to give us 8 before Alasia would, right? And that would give us Swordmaster next round. Let's see. Tessia does have the faction access. Next round, we could grab troop transports, and this all ends up making a lot more sense, or wind traps more likely. Let's get the money. Because I think she's going to conspire. And if it wasn't Tessia, I probably wouldn't do it. But for Tessia in particular, it's really important to block her from things, like her Swordmaster. Yeah. Okay. Well played on my part, if I do say so myself. I think the Reckless Recruiter is okay here. We might prefer Liaison just because Opulence is out, but I like the troops, especially with the wind traps available. Interesting that Fold Space went this late. That means it's looking good for me for next round. There's a possibility that I don't draw green, but I mean, with a Fold Space in the deck, Piter or 2 daggers, it seems really unlikely. Maybe that's a reason to pick up the Liaison, though. Excuse me. Yeah, I think so. It also transitions better into Spice Must Flows, so I think Liaison's the buy here. This gets us exactly to 8, so if our green is our signet ring, we're going to be sad. But any other green card will be okay. Well, hello there, doggy. Hello. Very nice. Very nice. Especially with this out there. And we have to take this before Tessia does. Okay, so we have 3 greens, so no worry on that. The question is if we want to play the Fold Space or not. I'd be more inclined to play the dagger. Yeah, it's good to know your options early, but we have 4 actions, so we're not gonna... Like, we want to preserve our flexibility. Also, Tessia has no water, so Haga Basin is more likely to fall into our hands. Although, because we're going to Interstellar, it probably won't. That's unfortunate, because that's going to cost us Interstellar. But that's okay. Tessia takes Basin, which is about as good as... Sorry, Imperial Basin, which is about as good as Haga Basin. Then she gets to Interstellar. But I'm going to get Interstellar again next round, so it's, I don't feel too bad about it. Well, there goes the Haga Basin. So we may not get a good place to send our yellow. Well, smuggling is good, actually. We can burn off the Solari immediately with Signet Ring for an intrigue card. Yeah, she takes Interstellar. I don't know why it took her so long to make that call. Interesting that she goes down immediately. Like, you're not going to get your Swordmaster without an Infiltrate, so why would you do that? That's pretty handy, actually. Dreadnought. Are we gonna see the rare detonation devices, Tessia? Well, that's crazy. That is actually crazy. I've never seen that one before. I think we go pick up the wind traps now. And then we could even go Hardy Warriors after that and immediately get use out of them. What's the new tech? Invasion ships. Okay. Doesn't hurt to have some persuasion either. This Carthag play is meaning that Hardy Warriors might not be so good for me. Like, depending on how much he puts in. Okay, kind of a bad use of the card, but I'm not gonna say anything. So let's think about strategic push here. We can go over 2, so then we do want to play Hardy Warriors here then. There's like... yeah. And we can respond if he has a combat card. No daggers in hand is good. Wind traps means Zorak's Recruiter is a little bit better than usual. Let's go ahead and grab that. Nobody has any influence with the Emperor, which is kind of funny. So let's see if Beast has it. Or Tessia, for that matter. I could play this just for the Solari, like use this as a windfall. I guess I couldn't, because I passed. Cannon turrets. Very unfortunate for Tessia that I drew that. No faction unfortunately. No yellow either. Oh, no. Oh, man. Wow. Yeah, that's awkward. Just awkward as hell. We probably just want to get opulence and go. Let's do this. Interesting. We can't use that now. We can throw in a troop. I don't think it's worth it. We kind of don't love any of the techs available. We want someone else to get them. I mean, training drones is actually pretty good. With wind traps, it is really good. So maybe I should just go pick that up. Tessia does not go interstellar. Which I guess means that Alaze is going to get it. Or not. Maybe... Okay, she doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't do that either. Well... I could go... This is kind of funny. I could go, like, a research station and try to draw into yellow, but I don't think that's very smart, because I think, you know... Tessia has the yellow. She's just not using it. Because she wanted her Swordmaster. Let's go ahead and grab the training drones. Mimic film is pretty good. And because we're at 8 persuasion, we can pretty much go use the liaison, not draw any cards, and still get opulence. The problem with that is that we do run the risk of Alaza taking it from us. She's got the High Council seat, so it's entirely possible that she has that persuasion. She'll have 3 cards in hand, so she probably does take it. I still think going to Carthag is a lot of value here, but it does expose me to the secrets line if it's not a plot card. Just kidding. Well, I think we lose the opulence. But, like, if we have to settle for appropriate, that's okay with me. Can't use that. Beast has 2 more actions, but I don't know that he can... 3 is kind of an overcommitment, but we have 2 combat cards, so let's do it. It's a point, and obviously it's water if we win it. Hardy Warriors is the question mark here, but the fact that Tessia has to retreat one of her dreadnoughts from the cannon turrets means that I think I can still beat her. She's the one ahead. If Beast is the one ahead, it's going to be a problem. If Tessia is the one ahead, I can beat her. But all the combat spaces are taken unless Beast wants to go gather spice. So it's kind of crazy that no one cared to ship this round. I guess no one drew yellow. I would have really enjoyed that Interstellar. These two work pretty well together. She did take the opulence. We kind of knew that was going to happen. The question is, what's the next best thing? Probably carry-all, given that we have so much water. Appropriate's a damn good card, though. Let's take the carry-all. Had to think about that one. Tessia reveals for nothing. So she goes down to 7 and I go up to 8 when I play that card. I might consider just using the strategic push as a windfall here because I don't want to be stuck at the limit, and who knows if I draw Piter or Signet Ring next round. 3 daggers from Beast is not enough without an intrigue card to support him. Let's play the cannon turrets first, and then if Beast responds with a combat card, we can always reply with strategic push, assuming, of course, that it helps. Good news is we have the water to where nobody can take Great Flat from us. We kind of want to wait for carry-all, but if we wait too long, then we lose it. So it's awkward. That probably ends my interstellar shipping career. Because I'm going to be last from here on out. At least until round 9, right? So... Okay. That does put him further ahead, like I can't stop him. At least it costs him some spice. He does have the second dreadnought. Oh, 2 private armies. Okay. Actually, I'm pretty okay with that. That denies him the detonation devices. And the point. 2 Solari's not what I wanted to get out of this, but, you know, whatever. It's fine. Didn't draw most of our cards. We do kind of want a High Council seat of the guy in last. I mean, you haven't redeemed 3 of your snooper tokens yet. So, you know, you're technically in last, but you have 2 faction bumps waiting for you, in addition to a bunch of economic benefits. The good news is I have training drones, so even though my garrison is crap, I can kind of recover a little bit. Mentat's not a high priority because, again, we're going to lose out on actions to people. Most likely, Aleza will get her Swordmaster this round, so we're just kind of... Yeah, we're just kind of not wanting that. I can go grab the spice from the Great Flat, but again, the problem there is that I don't have any way to use it. I don't have any faction. My whole... I have no faction access besides diplomacy. It's probably something I need to work on. But if I had brought the appropriate, that wouldn't have given it to me either. I suppose I could have early revealed for the opulence, but I don't know about that. I don't know, maybe. I mean, putting those troops in didn't really help me all that much. Should just not take Swordmaster. I guess that makes sense. First action, why does she need to? Problem here is that we can gain a card with our ring, but we don't know that it's actually going to do anything for us. That didn't really solve anything. We might have to go research station. But there's not really anything good to buy, so that's just kind of awkward. Also, if we research station and draw the carry-all, then we can't actually use the carry-all. So there's some problems with the research station right now as a play. Good news is he didn't go up on Fremen, so I'm most likely to get that alliance. Looks like Tessia will probably get this combat. It's a perfectly decent way to play the hero, or the leader, right? It's kind of weird. It doesn't, like, none of her abilities relate into that, but hey, why not? It's still kind of cool. So, Ravon takes the second turn. I like that, actually, because he had extra actions anyway, so just kind of get him back to our pace. I mean, it's not good, don't get me wrong, because he's going to go to a space I wanted, most likely. Could get the Mnemic film. Smuggling, yeah. I'm kind of trying to, it's weird, I'm kind of trying to avoid using my signet ring because I can't play any of these freaking cards. I think maybe we could buy a dreadnought. I don't think it makes sense. Probably we just grab the spice. And then we can use the signet ring last action and nobody can steal the card. Kind of thinking maybe the recruiter was a mistake. I could go to dreadnought, but if I use my ring, it loses me the opportunity to use my ring. How about that? Could buy some artillery. Wouldn't be bad. Works with the other techs. It's a very combat tech game. She buys some dreadnought. Okay. Takes Siege Tabor. I don't think I can use my ring. Yeah, I think I can. Dreadnought is the only space on the board I can go to. How badly do I want 5 persuasion? I guess I just shouldn't play the card. We'll get a dreadnought. Doesn't hurt to be able to compete with Tessia. I think the Mnemic film is better than the artillery. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that add daggers. Spice Must Flows are pretty good, though. And this provides an immediate benefit. Spaceport sucks. Fermented Camp is kind of scary because, again, this is kind of a combat-y game. And with the wind traps, we kind of really want to keep winning combats. It's a very dreadnoughty game. 3 of the players have dreadnoughts. There goes our faction access. Maybe this is an Imperial Bashar artillery game. With Bashar out, maybe I just missed the mark on what would be good there. If I grab like a scout, I'm just hardcore committing to not being able to go to faction. But we'll get the Bashar. I think I should end there. Don't need to buy too much crap. Like, even with a Bashar and a possible artillery, the scout sucks. And revealing for 3 daggers is cool, but yeah, you don't always draw the Bashar. Kind of getting clogged down by some stinky intrigue cards. Not typical for the Baron either. Maybe I should have left this and just hoped to be able to use Carry All next round, but all these guys have water, so I think that would have been a mistake. If this had 6 spice on it, they definitely would be going for it right now. Well, we finally have our faction access. We should ask ourselves what we want to do with it. We're kind of a victim to timing on this one because we really should have gotten Interstellar last round. Smuggling, okay, so it's just completely locked up. Training drones plus Arrakis Recruiter is pretty good. But yeah, what's our faction? Nothing that essential for us to draw out there. We really want to win the combat. Let's just go diplomacy, I think. Or let's go Silsus is what I meant to say. I want a High Council seat, but I suppose I could conspire to get it, huh? Problem is I can't play any of my cards and I get secreted if I do. The later we use this training drones, the better. People will forget that we have them, but if we play the card immediately, they're going to know. Because we did this, we can now go to research station. Or use the carry-all, although that just got taken. Still, carry-all here to 6 spice is a good transaction, even with no bonus spice. Raban's got another action, but we have 2. Wouldn't feel too bad picking up an artillery. I want to play Piter too, but again, we just keep running into this issue. We have 3 entry cards we can't use, just clogging up our hand. Yeah, we can technically use the quid pro quo, but it's such a bad card with only 1 faction card in your deck. We really want to be buying a Spice Must Flow this round, but Persuasion isn't there, even with Piter and a Mnemonic Film. Secrets. Okay, we don't have to worry about that anymore. We're up first, which is super annoying. Let's drop the dagger. Ugh. Gross. We can get a Spice Must Flow with the water. Could also just use carry-all to prep for Highlander next round, but the problem is that we don't have any guarantee we're going to get that access. There we go. Now we're clean to play Piter. Problem is that doing so is very costly. Cost us the Spice Must Flow. If we take a Liaison at Tech Negotiation, we can still get it. Arakeen most likely allows us to still get it, but we don't know that. There's 2 cards out of 7 that would not give us the what we want, so probably not worth the risk, especially when we can get an artillery from Tech Negotiation, and that adds to our combat strength immediately. The other nice thing is because we trigger a shuffle, we're not going to draw the Spice Must Flow next round. Card that he wants it. These entry cards are actually costing us so bad. Like, oh my god, they're painful. They're preventing us from taking the play. Like, going to Conspire and then High Council is way better as a play for me, I think. But I couldn't have done it because of the Secrets risk. Maybe I don't care with the Secrets risk, right? If my cards suck, then who cares? We go up here. So let's think about that. So we add 2 daggers, we go to 13. This still doesn't get us there. It gets us to 15, we're still 1 short. But this doesn't do it either. Snoopers. We kind of need those, honestly. This is a rough one. Ugh. Why would she do that? I don't think she can... Yeah, even if she adds 5 troops, she doesn't get ahead of Beast. What's the logic there? She must have a combat card. Would like this, probably. Oh no, I have to get Spice Must Flow. Yeah, I forgot. Weird. Unless she's got a combat card, that's a strange play. This is a painful way to get 1 spice, let me tell you what. We know that we're not getting the, we know that we're not getting the, diplomacy next round. Ah. Damn it. This is crazy. Crazy luck for Tessia to get this kind of stuff. That's two 2-point combats for her. And she's had 2 huge combat intrigue cards. And she didn't have the cards before she bought the detonation devices. She's still got 2 factions too that she needs to go up on, so she'd probably just lock this game away. Maybe you really can't do anything with Tessia. We really want the 2 cars on top. The interesting thing is that Beast is really the only one that can... Beast is really the only one that can actually get something decent out of the combat, because he's the only one that can spend for the point right now. Let's go ahead and grab this. I think Tessia will probably take smuggling, so let's just go ahead and recall. If you get no faction access in your deck, it hurts. It really hurts. I'm hesitant to give out Solari right now. Could give somebody a point, but I kind of need it more than I need the spice. More Solari. That's enough that I can take my Signet Ring to High Council and still buy an Intrigue. There's a possibility that Beast will want the High Council seat, though. Tessia discards a card. I don't think it was Water Peddler. No, convincing. Nobody has Highliner money besides me, and I can't go there. Second place is a point in this combat, so I think it just makes sense to want to fight pretty much no matter what. So let's go here. Draw the Pashar. Now we have double artillery. Another card draw would give us another 2 daggers. She goes back to buy another dreadnought. So she's betting on the game going on the round, basically, because she wants to use Deado devices again. Buying High Council does not get me a Spice Mist Flow, though. It also means I have Dagger next round, which means I'm not likely to get Dagger or Spice Mist Flow next round either. Carthag. Okay. Interesting. We definitely play Signet Ring, whatever it is that we do. Maybe Snoopers, honestly. Like, I want to get rid of all 3 of these. High Council gives me the Secret Forces as a decent card. Damn, that sucks. I'm gonna get double crossed. Yeah. That really sucks. What's your second action? I can also look at another card because I'll use my Signet Ring, so I'm going to end up with a 5-card hand. That's a lot of selection. I do think that becomes better than High Council. Especially since this is basically just 4 daggers. This is an ambush. Like, you know, there's better cards out there. Tabor. Okay. Interesting. I feel like Beast is the most balanced guy here. The problem with going to tech negotiation is it does make it so I can't Highliner next round if I get lucky. I'll be drawing 4 cards. The odds of me drawing the diplomacy aren't super high, but yeah. That being said, if I draw the diplomacy, I probably just want to go to Bene Gesserit instead anyway. I just need second. I don't actually care about Vernius. I mean, I do. I don't want Beast to have it, but whatever. Ambush. Yeah, I'll take that. Ugh. Oh, I'm not going to be able to use these. Oh, man. Okay, I have to use that. That sucks. Man, this did not get much better. Flagship is potentially something, though. And I've got the Solari to use it. Tessia. Not even a faction alliance. That's the crazy thing. But she has to lose a point to actually use her ring here, which is kind of awkward. So she doesn't do it. I would have at least put my dreadnought in. Who knows what'll happen. So I have an ambush. Imperial Bashar, dagger, and artillery. I might be able to take this combat, but he has 3 intrigue cards, so I think he'll still take it. It's worth 3 points to him, so I would really like it if he did not win it. Discarded appropriate. What's he looking for that appropriate's not good enough? Counselor's dispensation. Man, what the hell? That is so annoying. Does put me ahead of him, technically. Space travel. Actually, top of deck is good here. And, Shock Trooper's 3 daggers. I don't think it's worth it. Let's grab the initiative. Just making it harder for us to draw the Spice Must Flow. Man, I've got a lot of tech. No daggers in hand. So that's good. But 3 intrigue cards. They'll need 5 daggers. I can actually spend for 2 points here. And I get water from it, so I do want to try to win. Nice. Weirdly enough, even after winning a 2-point combat, I'm still not in amazing shape. This game, this is not your average Baron game, I guess. I can get some of the spice back with the dispensation. I cannot go Highliner, however. But the space travel gives me my 8th point. Yeah. The weird thing is, it's now my time to go to Interstellar. I don't even know if I want it. I mean, it's a faction bump, right? Who else is going to go to Fold Space at this point in the game? Fighter's excellent. I don't see why I would cash out here. I don't think the game does go another round, but I'm kind of hoping for smuggling. I can always infiltrate the space. So if Tessia wins this, she gets to 10. And frankly, I don't see anybody that can stop her. blocked. That's annoying. I can't win the combat. That's super annoying. I can't believe she's going to get 3 detonation devices points as Tessia. What on earth? We can get to 9, but that's it. Without some sort of magical way to get to BG. Maybe I should go Fold Space first, and if I drop Faction, then maybe that changes my game plan somehow. Would be nice to make sure Tessia doesn't get it. But again, she's got her own path. She doesn't really need that. Unusually slow Baron game. Sadly. Now we can get Mentat with this money. Problem is we have a trade-off between getting smuggling and I should have gone smuggling and not Fold Space, I think. Maybe Beast can do something, but I mean, I just don't see it. I get my alliance stolen. Oh, brutal. Man, wouldn't it be nice if I had good intrigue cards? I mean, Tessia doesn't have an alliance to steal. Like, how is it going to come back to haunt her? There's nothing that we can do to stop her. She has to reveal early because she has no cards in hand, which is kind of funny. I could play Piter and try to high roll into something, but I don't know what that would be. We have enough Solari now that we can Mentat without fear. We can Piter to High Council now, for whatever that's worth. Tessia is at 10 and we're at 9 now because, or 8 now because we lost our alliance. troop transports. I don't know how much good that does. Again, you can't steal an alliance from Tessia. She didn't even use 2 of her snoopers. That's so crazy. She's not even really playing Tessia, to be honest. Yeah, where's the chum shares, man? What happened to that? Where are the cards that are worth something? And probe, what good does that do me? Is there anything that... No, nothing makes a difference here. Man, that sucks. Pretty close game, all things considered, except this. I want to say I hate Tessia, but, like, honestly, again, he didn't really even do anything with Tessia besides, like, get to guild quickly. He didn't ship that much, so, like, I don't even know. I think he just played the generic game. Honestly, the detonation devices is really cool, so I can't be mad about it. Let's see what kind of... Is there an entry card that can add 11 daggers? I don't think so. I tried pretty hard to block this Tessia, too. That's game. The question is if Theolippides has a card that will make a difference.